Gold. It's used for a lot of things, and you're always going to need it. But what is it used for, and where do you get it? Hello and welcome back to another Lord of Heroes Beginner's Guide here on Nyris Gaming, where today we will be talking about the primary currency in Lord of Heroes. Let's begin. Gold is used in a plethora of incredibly important ways, namely upgrading gear, used in tandem with soulstones to upgrade heroes' skill levels, as well as lord mastery skills, melding certain components into other components if you're lacking in quantity, such as soulstone fragments into full soulstones, or different tiers of agates into higher tiers, purchasing things at the Mystic Merchant, and paying the hefty cost to promote heroes to higher star levels to up their maximum stats. There's even a hero who costs gold to acquire, although it is a hefty above 77 million cost. You will be acquiring gold from pretty much everything you do in the game, but what are some of the more hefty incomes that you can get? Every completed story mission will net you a small amount of gold. However, if you are specifically aiming for gold, every region in a story difficulty will have an increased gold level. You can pair this with the daily buff that increases your gold intake, which is even more powerful on Wednesdays. Next will be the primeval halls or dungeons, found in the bottom left of the story map. Apart from general battle gold, you will have the Hall of Treasure, which you can run daily. This is a 5-level dungeon that will net you a total of 70,000 gold, and if you have excess crystals to burn and need the extra gold, can be reset up to 10 times a day for increasing crystal costs. Also on a weekly basis, you can check the dungeon reward track, which at level 1, 4, and 9 will net you a total of 200,000 gold a week. Next is the Alliance Raid Shop. There are 3 methods of gold here, some of which can burn through your credits quite quickly, just to keep in mind, but there is the weekly 100,000 and the monthly 500k and 1 million. Next, if you come all the way to the right side of the map, we have the Temporal Rift. This gives rewards based on the total energy used by players to open the rift in the first place, and for damage contribution and after the rift closes. Those last two are where the gold is going to come from. The higher you rank in damage, the more gold you will receive once the rift closes, as well as getting more gold for the more damage you do and get higher point rank in each individual battle. Just below that is the Elemental Obelisk. Hefty gold amounts will be primarily coming from the bronze completion missions for certain floors, netting you 100k per each of these, and these are a one-time reward. Many events will come through Lord of Heroes periodically, and almost all of them will come with hefty gold rewards. One consistent one is going to be the birthday event, which happens at the beginning of every month. For about a week, this will have you farming story stages to get gift items for certain heroes. Some will work better than others. Typically, if a hero comes from a specific region, that region's gift will be very effective. Giving these gifts will give you a bunch of rewards, oftentimes including experience and gold. You can also come down to the event tab down in the bottom left for your weekly, monthly, daily, and permanent events. Days like Friday will help refund some of the gold you use. In this instance, if you spend 150,000 gold, you will get a total refund of 50,000 back. Not only that, but equipment upgrade costs on Fridays are reduced by 20%, working in tandem with the other event. Another permanent event that will give you a large income is the Avalon Night Training, which will simply give you rewards on a track based on your combined hero levels. Lastly is the monthly Lord's Royal Visit, which is a track of tasks, which will keep track of them regardless of the order you do them in. These range across a multitude of regular gameplay elements, but in total for gold, this will net you 290,000 per month. Gear that you either don't need or doesn't have very good stats on it and can't be changed can also be sold for gold. The star rating and type will heavily affect the amount that you get back in gold. Speaking of gear, coming over to Alchemy and the Alchemite shop, for a relatively reasonable 100 Alchemite, you can get 1 million gold per week. For an immensely less reasonable 2000 Alchemite, you can get 10 million gold once per month. I say unreasonable because that is a 10 times increase in gold and a 20 times increase in cost, because Alchemite is not that easy to come by unless you're heavy into trading. On to the final two things. One very simple, your monthly check-in that gives you rewards upon entering the game will give you 50,000 gold on day 6 and day 16 of the month, and once more on each of those days if you opt for the premium pass. Lastly, something new over in the terminal, we have Entity Pursuit. This will have you send a set amount of heroes, some of which provide bonuses, to pursue a specific summon target. There are 10 phases of this, and each expedition takes 12 hours, but you get rewards every time an expedition returns, namely these 3 set rewards, as well as this bonus capsule for your bonus heroes, going up in quality based on the number of bonus heroes assigned and their power ranking. At the tier 1 chest, you have 75% chance of getting gold, either 50k or 100k. The tier 2 chest has a 70% chance of getting gold, going all the way up to 150k at a 10% chance. chance, and Tier 3 has a 35% chance of gold ranging from 100k to 200k. That concludes this gold acquisition guide on Lord of Heroes here on Nyris Gaming. Let me know down in the comments if you have any other methods that you use or if I missed anything. Like if you liked, subscribe for more in the future. Pop into my streams, typically on Monday, Thursday, and Friday at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time for some indie game goodness, and I shall see you in the next one.